The emotions of getting traded from St. Louis. Take us through that phone call.
It was tough. I had known that I was being shopped even the previous year, and ultimately, there was this team, that team, looking, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Edmonton shows up on my doorstep, and I get the call. I get traded to Edmonton, and I'm like, whoa, they weren't even in the conversation. They weren't any of the 6 teams that we were just talking about. It was a little bit of a shock, but like anything else, you got to make the best of it.
And then you go to the Cup Finals.
Go to the Cup Finals, lose a heartbreaker in Game 7, and put in our papers to get traded elsewhere.
Winning the Stanley Cup the next year in Anaheim, playing a huge role on that hockey club as well. I remember you said shortly after you won the Cup that dreams do come true. I mean, how long had you dreamt about winning the Stanley Cup?
Well, just growing up in Canada all those years, you're always playing in a Game 7, 5 seconds left, scoring the winning goal, and playing on the outdoor rink with friends, and it's something you always dream of. It's being able to get your name on that cup and carry the cup around the rink, and fortunately for us, we were able to do it on home ice, and a lot of friends and family were there, so it was pretty cool to see that and be a part of it.
You went to the Cup Finals also with Philadelphia. A little controversy going on during that series as well, right? Whose idea was it just to take the pucks at the end of a couple of those games?
They just happened to be near me, and I could see them searching for something, and saw them obviously in some previous games taking pucks, so mind games never hurt anybody.
What'd you do with them?
I have one that actually I threw in the garbage right after the game. I probably should have kept it, and one's a paperweight in my office.
Played your last game in Winnipeg.
Yes.
On the plane after that game, did you know you'd never play again?
I don't think you'd know you'd never play again. I think at that stage, I was just searching for answers, trying to figure out what exactly the issue was, and the fact that A, I was feeling worse and worse, and B, the mistakes that I was making in the game and leaving myself susceptible to hits and things of that nature just weren't in my DNA, and you could tell something was off. When I was coming off the ice, I was having headaches and dizzy spells and stuff after a shift, and it just kept getting worse and worse, so it just got to a point where I was like, I got to see somebody.
I know you dealt with the injuries, but if you wanted to come back and play, could you have come back and played?
No, I was having too many issues, and still at times have issues with dizziness and lightheadedness, and there's still stuff, lingering effects still there, but in everyday life, normal person's day-to-day life as opposed to being an athlete, I'm okay.
It makes perfect sense that the guy who is suspended 8 times, considered one of the biggest villains in the history of the National Hockey League, now be with the Department of Players' Safety. How did this come about, and are you enjoying it?
I am enjoying it. Yeah, it's been a great experience so far. You know what? I received the call from Bill Daly, just taking my temperature as to if I had any interest in the job. It was a chance to stay involved in the game and be a part of not only player safety, but go to the GM meetings, go to the Board of Governors meetings, and kind of learn the business side of the game from the inside out.
You look at it all, your entire career, now you're going into the Hockey Hall of Fame. Was it all worth it?
Oh, absolutely. No, I mean, listen, it's a physical game. Injuries are a part of the game. Your body takes a toll. The game takes a toll on your body, and you have to be willing to sacrifice your body to play at a certain level and play a certain way. Everybody always asks me, why do you play that way? You don't have to. You were good enough to do this or that. That's just the way I play. Unfortunately, I played like that from the time I was 5 till the time I quit playing. So that's just the way I am.